last time you touched briefly on the fact that when you were younger, you told your teachers like, "I want to make money," and that was like sort of your thing. I was
Mhm.
curious, back then, was that like the main motivation that you felt? And yeah.
Yeah, as I remember it, when like if we're all the way back to like primary school, when I would tell my teachers that, um, I was like I was always very much in doubt of what I wanted to do. I thought a lot of different things were interesting. I never thought that the I want to say regular job market was very interesting,
Hmm.
and I think that that scared me a little bit. That all of these things that other people wanted to be, I just couldn't see myself in. I was always like, that sounds really boring. And yeah, so I kind of at that point with my limited reasoning skills, kind of just thought, I just want to be rich because then I can do whatever I want to do.
Hmm.
And then I don't have to make a decision about what I want to do if I just get rich, because then I can do anything, right?
Yeah.
And I think later on that translated into um, if I can learn how to do business, like build my own businesses, then I can basically work with anything that I want to do because I can make money off of anything because I know how to do business.
Hmm.
And so then I got into a business, and then I kind of got back into the mindset of now I just want to get rich, because now we have a business, and we were doing it with some really experienced entrepreneurs, which we still are. We still have the business with them. And they were selling businesses left and right. And we were just like, yeah, we're going to do that as well. And we're going to get super rich.
Yeah.
But yeah, eventually just the everyday of it caught up with me, I think. And I started to realize that I need to do something that feels meaningful to me to actually keep that motivation. Um, but I basically, I think my motivation is still the same. It's just I've found a better way to kind of frame it. My motivation is still I want freedom, because I know that I'm a highly creative person, and one of the downsides of that is that you can be very interested in a lot of different topics. And like I just said when we were starting, I can get easily distracted. And so I want to create a life for myself where that's not a problem, where it's not a problem that I change projects very often, and I can just
Hmm.
try doing different things and see what feels better than other things. That's kind of my motivation right
Hmm.
now. I made a video about it some time ago where I talked about I want to move out to this farm and build like a creative workshop out there where I can just like try out different projects, creative projects, making video, making music, making clothing, making paintings, like all kinds of different stuff. And I
Okay,
think
that sounds
though,
very interesting.
yeah, I think so. I think it has turned into an interesting vision for my future. But I've been through a lot of different like ways of looking at it. And I guess the point where I moved away from the I just want to get rich part was it was when I started to actually get some serious money, and I was like, this doesn't really mean anything to me.
Hmm.
It doesn't really feel like I thought it would feel. It doesn't really change anything. And and I realized that it wasn't really the money that I wanted, it was more the freedom. And there's a lot of different ways to create a lot of freedom in your life. One of them is to live very low cost, very minimalistic. You can create a lot of free time in that way if you don't have so many materialistic needs. So
Interesting.
that's a little bit more kind of the angle that I'm working from right now. Is I try to live more minimalistic. I try to save up money. I try to invest money instead of working 80 hours a week, doing a lot of things that I don't really enjoy doing. Instead of that, I try to free up a lot of time to do all of the things that I actually enjoy doing, but that I'm not necessarily earning any money from right now. And I kind of create that freedom by living low cost and saving up and investing my money and all of that. So
when did that start? You said that it started changing when you first experiencing actually getting like a
yeah,
certain amount of money for yourself.
it was when we sold. It was a specific date that when we sold a part of the company to a guy, and so we got some money from that. All of us in the company sold a bit of our share in the company to him, and so we all got an amount of money for that. And like up to the day when we were supposed to get that money, I was really excited about it, and I was like, what am I going to spend the money on? And I had all of these ideas for what I wanted to buy. And it was just the disappointment that when I actually got that money and spent it and bought all of these things for myself, it was kind of just like, yeah, okay, that's tomorrow is a new day with the same shit, you know.
Did you have like let's say for example if you bought a PlayStation or something, did you have like a certain amount of time where you were actually enjoying it and like super excited, oh I bought all these things, and then it switched? Or was it like instantly there was no like excitement attached to it straight away when you bought the stuff?
It's hard to really answer because some of the things that I bought I'm still really enjoying. Like this computer that I'm using right now. It's a very expensive gaming PC that I bought, or gaming laptop actually. I'm still enjoying that whenever I sit down and relax and play a game. And I use that to also build the whole gaming channel up. So that was nice. And I'm still enjoying that. But actually, I just sold most of the things that I bought with that money and invested all of that money into cryptocurrency. So nice. I guess like I enjoy my investment now, but to answer what you asked me, the feeling of it not really being as satisfying as I'd hoped for came almost immediately. But of course, the things that I bought, I had some enjoyment out of, but it was also kind of like tainted with this feeling of disappointment and this feeling of what am I going to do? Because I just realized something. I just realized that this whole thing that I've been running towards for 5 years at that point or something is kind of meaningless. So that was a big like realization, and it kind of tainted the joy of those things that I bought. So it was kind of instant. It was kind of in the moment where I had the money on my bank account and I could see it, I just instantly was like, this did not feel like I had expected it to be. I had expected myself to be like, yes, I like, this is the biggest amount of money I've ever gotten in a day. But it just didn't feel like that. So yeah, so that was the moment